Hi, hello, vanakkam, and welcome back to yet another episode on Little's Law YouTube channel. So recently, I have created a playlist of 100 days videos on how to improve or how to upskill your performance testing knowledge and your performance engineering knowledge. In case if you haven't watched it, please do check my playlist, and I'm also creating some videos on the thread groups. In case if you have any doubts or queries, I'm even answering those questions as well. So in case if you have any, please do come and comment in the comment section. So today in this video we're going to talk about one of the inbuilt function of JMeter, which is the time function. So before we move on to the video, this is me, Yovasan Shanmugam. I welcome you all to our Little Sly YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Like and share the video with your friends. So now let's see the date and time function. So we all have a scenario where we have to either create or populate the date and time in our script using our JMeter. And luckily, JMeter has an inbuilt function which we can use in most of the options. But sometimes we also need to use the bean shell for getting the future or the past dates. So in this example, I will show you how to make use of the time functions. So for that, I have a test plan, and another test plan I have a thread group. And let me add a sampler, which is going to be a HTTP request. So we can either bring in the time function. So in this example, I'll just add the time function here. So let's try and see how does it work. So I'm going to just bring in the time as a variable, and here I have the value. So this is going to be the value that will generate the time function. So this is the time data. So this format, that is the dollar, the open bracket, and then the underscore time brackets, and then close off, will display the current time in milliseconds, right? The current time in the milliseconds. So let me save this and let's do a quick run. So if we go here, you can see the time, as I have told you, it's displayed in the milliseconds. So in case if you really want to display the numbers in milliseconds, you can use it. So there are like other options as well we can see. So in case if you want to extract the current date, so today the date is 16th of March. So let's see how does it work. So I'm going to just try to get the, yep, so the date here. So this is actually the date. So the date here is, so for this, the format we are going to use is the same time template, and inside the time template we are going to use dd, which is the argument for extracting the current date. And for extracting the current month, let me copy another thing, and so this is going to be our day, and this here is going to be our month. So using this we're going to extract the month, and for that which is, it's going to be capital mm. And when we save and run it, let's see. So here we can see the day as 16 and the month as 03. So in fact, let's try, because for the day it is the dd is in lowercase. So let's even try, because most of the times we might miss this. We might be giving the month in lowercase, and I'll just show you what happens if we give. So here if you can see, when you're using the in lowercase, we will not get the right value. So we have to be very careful when giving the lower cases and the uppercase. So for dd, which is the date, it has to be lowercase, and for the month it has to be uppercase. Yep. So now, so here we have this extracted the month in number. So in case if we want to extract the month in letters, so for example like the characters, so for that again this is going to be the same thing, but we are going to add another uppercase m to it, and let's save it. And when we run, so here you can see we are getting the month in letters, which is in the strings, which is the March. So the month of March is being displayed. So same way we can extract the current year, but with two decimal values. See, for example, this year is like 2024, and we can extract the last two decimal values, and for that let me show how to do it. So current year in two decimal values. Again, the format is going to be the same time template, but inside it we are going to use, again you have to be very careful because you're going to use small or the lowercase yy, and let me copy it again. So again, backslash and then another uh, time with year. Let's save it and let's do a quick run. So here you can see the current year is displayed in 20. Okay, I think we don't need this part. So it's going to be the 24. So it's going to be the current year in two decimal values. So this year, since it's 2024, so we're getting the 24 as the value here. So same way, if we want to extract the current year with all the four decimal values, let's add. So the current year with the full value. Again, the format is going to be the same, but with the 4 YY. So when we save it and when we run, we'll be getting the current year in the full format. So now we will try to extract the year, month, and the date together with and without any differentiations, right? So for that, again, it's going to be the same format. So the the date, I would say like dd minus yy. So let's extract it here, and for that the format is going to be dd minus, again, uppercase and then the small case yy, and then we'll add another format. So in case if you want it to be without any separator, so in that case, like for example, I can bring it this way, like dd format. Let me copy this, and this is going to be here. Okay, so now we are going to get the date, month with a separator, and then year, month, date without any separators. Let me save it and let's do a quick run. So here you can see the month, date in a separator format, and then the year, month, date without any separation. So this is how the time format works. And then coming back to the next part, which is the hour, like the hour, minutes, and seconds. So let me add the same thing for you. So let's add the hour, and for that it's going to be, so for R it's going to be uppercase H, and for the minute it's going to be lowercase, and then for seconds, again, yep, it's going to be lowercase ss. So this way we get the R, minute, and seconds, and in case if we want to create it using a separator, again we can do it. So this is going to be ss. So that's going to be the same format here. So the R will be uppercase, minutes will be like in lowercase, and then the seconds will be in lowercase again. So let's save it and let's do a quick run. So here you can see the, when we are creating with the separator, so now it's going to it is like 12 o'clock, 0 seconds, 0 minutes and 17 seconds. So the same way with separator and without separators. So same way we can create any separators and we can get use of this values. So now let's explain, I'll explain you with the format with using a bean shell. I'll explain you like how to get this value so that it'll be very useful for you when you're trying to bring in any date, time in your script. So this current, the time function will help us to get the current day, date, time, month, even in hours, minutes, or seconds. And what if you really want to get some future date or the past day? So in those scenarios, as I have already told you, we can use the bean sampler. So let me give you a quick demo on bean shell sampler. So here I have added a bean shell sampler under the script. Let me paste this script. This is actually created and tested. So I'm importing the Java calendar and I'm importing the Java simple date format, and I want to add 5 days to this, the date which I'm extracting it now, and then I'll add the number of days to the current date. So here I'm extracting the current date, so today's date and time, and I'm going to add this value to the future date, and I'm going to print it. So I have saved this in the future date as a parameter value. So in case if I want to use it in a later request, I can use it. I'm also printing it so that we can view the result. Okay. So let me save this and let me do a quick run. And here you can see the future date has been printed as 21/3, since the date today is 16th of March. So adding 5 days is like 21st of March. In case if I want to add 10 days to the current day, and we'll do a like quick run. So here you can see we have got the 26th as a future date. So this is how we can use the date, time, and functions, and we can use the bean shell sampler to effectively use to effectively extract or to add or to manipulate data in our script. So with that, I come to an end. I believe this video would be very useful to you. So until I meet you in another interesting video, it's bye bye for Shanmugam and Little Slaw.